Hello, y'all.
That's 15 minutes. Yeah.
It is time.
I
It
did
is-
not know you hit the button.
I'm sorry,
I
Patrick.
thought it was close. I didn't know it was like.
It's been happening pretty quick with the live button.
Yeah, apparently. Normally it takes a little bit.
It's time to breathe again on this latest Bofa Sports webcast, streaming live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. You see us, Patrick and Charles, and we'll take a different course this time, Patrick. We're going to talk about some baseball. We'll start with MLB first, and then we'll go over to the College World Series and talk about the Arkansas pitcher Gage Wood throwing a no-hitter and 19 strikeouts.
Dude, it's close to a perfect game, dude. Dude, I was rooting for him. I was like, come on. And then he hit that dude, and I was like,
Yep. So, yeah, and then Arkansas right now, of course, as we're coming live on the air, they are playing UCLA in an elimination game. So let's go back over to Major League Baseball because a big trade happened between the Boston Red Sox and the San Francisco Giants. The Red Sox decided it was time to pull the plug on the Rafael Devers experience and trade him to the Giants for two pitchers two pitchers and a couple of prospects, I think. And there's not a lot of the fans in Boston are pissed. We'll say that. We'll start there. The people in Boston and fans
surprise. Boston is about something.
Yeah. So the fans of the Red Sox and the people in the city of Boston are upset about this trade. And I can get with them in some aspects. I think part of the fans' frustration is going back to the Mookie Betts trade, which I still don't understand why the Red Sox let Mookie Betts go. I'll never understand that one.
I haven't understood that one in a while either, but, I guess that's the reason why we're sitting here doing a show and, well.
They get paid the big bucks.
They get paid the big bucks and we don't.
To torpedo franchises. Sorry. But going back to that, so you move off from Mookie Betts, you move off from Xander Bogaerts, who's with the San Diego Padres now, and this trade of Rafael Devers. I think there is something, and I know we were talking about this before we came onto the air. If you were going to sign Alex Bregman, of course, they signed him to a 3-year, $120 million deal to play third base. Of course, Rafael Devers was the third baseman, but from all metrics and really the eye test, wasn't very good at third base. It wasn't really that wasn't a good position. Didn't look like that was a good fit. And like you said, Patrick, he just seems more like a left fielder.
Yeah.
Or right fielder. But he hasn't made. Devers not happy about that. And then it looked like it came to a point where things were going to work out. Devers, maybe not publicly being upset, probably still upset that he was moved from third base, but he was playing DH. Looked like things were starting to get better there. Now, before this trade happened, the Red Sox have been playing good ball. They just swept the New York Yankees. The series before that, they took 2 out of 3 from the Tampa Bay Rays. That's your top 2 teams in the AL East right now. Well, I think Toronto is in that mix as well. But Tampa Bay's having a good season. We know what the Yankees are; they're first place.
And then they took 2 from the Yankees the series before that, and they're up 2 right now on Seattle, and they won yesterday.
Yeah, so the Red Sox have been playing very good ball. Didn't seem like this would be the time to trade your best player, but they did. And so, what up, Aaron? Good to see you.
What's up, man?
Oh, I did respond to your comment, Aaron, with the show on the shouty. You had the comment on the shorty. I was talking about the NBA's F them picks world. But
I have not got to watch it yet. I'm going through a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? Transition right now.
Yes. Nothing wrong with that. All good, by the way.
Yeah, it's good.
Transition. But yeah, so this trade happens in an interesting time because they didn't even wait until the All-Star break or even until the trade deadline. Now, this was an interesting part, and I'd definitely like to get your thoughts on this, Patrick. So, as I was watching, because I was checking out the game between the Giants and the Dodgers on Sunday Night Baseball, and one of their insiders, Buster Olney, who's pretty well respected through the baseball insider world, he was giving his thoughts on how this trade materialized. And what he said was, and I'm paraphrasing here, but basically what he said was the Red Sox weren't necessarily offering Rafael Devers for a trade, but if someone called, they would listen. So that sounds to me like the Giants just beat everybody else to the call. And once they got a deal they felt they could work with, they were going to trade him. And another thing that tells me is things weren't good in the clubhouse anymore. Things got to a point where maybe Devers' attitude towards everything was starting to rub off on the players. Obviously, it wasn't showing on the field because they're winning. But
dude, you know what all I can think about is why he got traded is the Key and Peele skit where he slap ass.
Slap ass. Yeah.
It's such a good skit, dude.
The Key and Peele was full of good skits. It's just I don't know. I mean, look, from the Giants standpoint, though, this is great. You get a bat in the middle of that lineup, and you were already hanging with the Dodgers and the Padres in that division. Now you
solidified your lineup with him,
right? And they already have great pitching. So this makes the Giants a big time threat to where maybe it was they'll continue to hang, and then I guess maybe mid-August to early September they might fall off because of the lack of offense. Now they look like a legit contender with the pitching they have. And so I love the trade from the Giants standpoint, going to get a bat like that. And they said they will take on the rest of the contract. I think Devers had, and you can fact check me on this one, I think it was an 11-year, $330 million deal he had signed to stay in Boston. Yeah. To stay in Boston. So,
well, I guess the question would be is, if you're leaving Boston to go to San Francisco, what is your role in San Francisco? Is it going to be DH? Because if that's the case, then you left one organization that you were being DH in just to go to another organization that you're going to be DH in. You know what I mean? And here, let's see who their third baseman is. Oh, they really don't have one.
Who, the Giants?
Yeah. So he may step in that third base position.
Wasn't what's his name? Was it Adames? Willie Adames? Wasn't he playing that sometimes?
He might have been, but I do know that dude. Well, it says right here. I thought he was a natural second baseman, but he's a natural shortstop. So, yeah, he's a natural shortstop.
So who did they have in third base?
Well, he probably is playing. He's probably playing third base. But that's what I'm saying is they got they got 3 first basemen, 2 second basemen, and a shortstop. So Adames is probably playing shortstop, and they probably have Christian Cross playing third for now.
So Devers will be most likely DHing. And
no, I'd probably take Cross out and put him at third base because Cross is 1 home run, 9 RBIs, so he must not be getting to play that much.
Wow. And so, and so
Casey Smith, he's probably playing first.
So,
dude, they ain't got nobody in the infield that's producing anything.
How
the hell are they winning?
That pitching so the Giants pitching, particularly their bullpen, has been ridiculous so far. They have kept them in a lot of games, and the Giants, because the Giants just have one of these teams where they can find a clutch hit. The pitching keeps them close. When they get into the 8th or 9th inning, they get a clutch hit, some type of clutch home run, some sort of a clutch double to knock in 2 runs or 3 runs, maybe. That's the Giants' way. What do you say? How about that Milwaukee Brewers pitching lab?
Well, Milwaukee's doing pretty good, dude.
Yeah, Milwaukee is fine. Now the Cubs are playing good, and the Brewers are playing the Cubs right now. And so we'll see if they can cut into that lead. I think going in, the Cubs had a 5.5 game lead in that division. So like you said, the Brewers are fine. But they're just gonna have to step it up because the Cubs have a good team, man. And I got to give it to the manager, Craig Counsell. He's pushing a lot of the right buttons right now. So we'll see if that continues. Pete Crow Armstrong, man, that's my dude, man. After I saw that one inside the park home run that he had in Miami against the Marlins last year, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm a fan. he ran that curve so perfect. Like he ran the bases so perfect with that speed too.
If you can get that corner of that bag with your right foot and just hit it, boom, boom, boom. Not much you can do. I mean, you can, if you got the speed, you could get them doubles and triples, man. That reminds me. Remember that time when I was playing out in where was I at? I can't remember. I was playing with the men's league down here with Roy Hobbs.
Yeah,
and I hit that base clearing double, man. And my coach was like, "Hey, way to stretch that triple into a double."
Because you wasn't.
I was catching, dude. I ain't going. I'm like,
yeah.
He's like, "Hey, way to stretch that triple into the double." Like, yeah, that's about all you're getting out of me, dude. That's it. We ain't playing that.
Oh goodness. Yep. Well, that is definitely the opposite for Pete Crow Armstrong. He will be stretching doubles and the triples with that speed. And so
he'll be stretching in the park home runs. That dude is fast though.
He's got a lot of speed and he's got some power to match it too. So it turned into a complete player there in Chicago for him. But yeah, with the Giants, that pitching has been awesome for them this year. And now they get no, you have not, Aaron. You have not missed the NBA Finals talk yet. We're gonna get to that here in a little bit. But yes.
And Panthers are already up 1-0.
The Oilers are in trouble because they keep switching goaltenders, and to me,
you can't do that.
Yeah.
I know we'll get there in just a minute, but I happened to look up and notice that they're already up 1-0.
It could be a handshake and a Stanley Cup clinching win for the
my dog Brad Marchand fixing to get another one.
But yeah, I mean, so the Giants, I think they solidified their lineup with that. I think it's a good trade for them. Yes, the contract, because we know with the contract in MLB, Patrick, it is always about the years, not necessarily the money amount. And yes, granted, the money amount is important. We understand that. But in MLB, these deals you are signing these players are in access.
Longevity. They want to be told they got a home for a while. And I mean, I get it, but man, some of them contracts are just ridiculous.
I'm talking 13, 14 years. I mean, it's
Some of these dudes ain't even married that long.
Yeah.
I mean, like when you sign a contract with something like that, dude, I would have to get a prenup. You got to get a prenup before you go into that, dude. That's too much, man. You ain't taking me for half.
And so the Giants have they said they're taking on all that deal. All of that. So that is in excess of $250 million the Red Sox are clear of. So that's
probably the bigger reason why the Red Sox even took it, was because they're clearing that contract. And now they can go and get some people to make a run, because like you said, I mean, what are they? You said they were 5.5 games out?
No, that's the Brewers outside of the Cubs.
Oh, the Brewers were 5 games out. What is Boston?
I think the Red Sox now, you'll have to fact check it on this one, but I believe they're between 6 and 7 games out now.
Okay, let me just look, because now I'm kind of curious.
Yep. Because I don't have that.
Oh, but no, Boston's 5.5.
Okay, they are 5.5. Wow. All right. So why do I guess
5.5? Okay. I mean, that just helps them go and get some more. I mean, they can. I mean, Boston always has a good farm team anyway, so they could go and pull some people up and help solidify a lot of their infield and their outfield. I mean, and their batting, pitching. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I would have paid Devers that much anyway to begin with, but like you said, he wanted that long extended contract for 10, 11 years, and I mean, he got it. What was it, 337 million?
Yeah, like over 11 years.
So if Giants are going to take it, dude. I mean, like, there's not that is no harm, no foul at that point. You just promised somebody that didn't deserve that much money, and now somebody else is picking up the bill. Shoot, that's like drinks on him.
And
okay, I'll go and have a drink.
And the Red Sox, like you said, they have so much talent. They just called up their top 2 prospects. And like I said, Roman Anthony, he was the number 1 prospect.
Yeah.
And so with all the young talent, that is one thing that I will give the Red Sox there. They have built up their farm system to get it where it was. Because the Red Sox, like you said, they normally have a good farm system. But now these prospects, number 1, top 4, top 5 prospects in their system, and they already have a lot of young talent anyway. So if anything, the Red Sox should be buyers. I know there was a lot of talk that was saying, "Oh God, they need to sell because the team isn't gelling." I said, "Well, they just made deals in the offseason.
5 games out. Come on,
yeah.
Hold up. I mean, like, give them the chance to gel.
Right. Stop it, Boston fan. Y'all always want to panic when things aren't close to winning a championship.
Yeah, I need to talk to my boy Jose and see what he thinks.
I get Boston's supposed to be the city of champions, but goodness gracious, chill.
Yeah, Atlanta is the city of everything but champions.
Aaron says, does that mean the geriatric Jason Varitek and Coco Chris are coming back? Let's hope not, Aaron.
Let's hope not. Keep them retired.
Right.
They need to go up for the Hall of Fame where they don't get it.
Yeah. So it will be interesting because we're literally coming up on the halfway point of the MLB season, and then the All-Star break will be upon us in mid-July, and it is down in Atlanta this year. So it'll be some fun times, and of course the trade deadline will come before or after that, a little bit after that. But yeah, I mean, I think the Red Sox are actually in pretty good shape. The pitching is starting to gel. They have a young lineup. They'll get Alex Bregman back, and we'll see what they do if they solidify the lineup a little bit more. But we know Boston does have a lot of assets they can still work with. So I know the sky is falling for a lot of people up in Boston and Red Sox fans everywhere because the Devers got traded. I really don't think it's as bad as it seems, though.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I kind of like it for Boston because it frees up so much more money to bring up some young talent to get them experience. I mean, now am I going to say like this is a trade that is going to propel them into a playoff run? No, but there is a lot of experience that these young men that come in is going to get, and there could be something next year. But I mean, I like the deal. I like it. I actually like the deal for Boston and for San Francisco. I like this. I like this deal all around because San Francisco's making a run now, and we'll see in about 3 weeks whether Boston is really wanting to make a run or not, depending on how they bring the farm up and how that goes. But I mean, I like what San Francisco is doing because they're challenging the Dodgers in so many different ways. So I like it. And now they got a hitter. I'm good. I like it. I thought the deal was great.
I'm with you. And before we get to that NBA Finals talk, let's talk a little bit about the College Baseball World Series that is going on.
Dude, it's so good.
So we got to talk about the Arkansas pitcher Gage Wood, who had a no-hitter and 19 strikeouts. Almost had a perfect game in shutting out
Murray in the bottom of the eighth with 2 outs.
So,
and what did the announcers do? What is the rule, Charles? What is the rule? If it is the bottom of the 7th inning, what is not talked about?
Yeah, don't mess with them about the no-hitter.
You do not talk about a no-hitter. You do not talk about a no-hitter. And what did they do in the 8th inning?
Yeah.
And then he beamed him. No more. Oh, I was like. Okay. I wanted to see a perfect game, dude. That's what I wanted to see. Hey, and congratulations to this kid because this is the first no-hitter that was done since like 1960. So in the third in College World Series history, but first one since 1960. And dude, what a dominant performance. Let me tell you, I don't think there could have been any better pitching than that right there. The kid was averaging 12 pitches per inning. I don't know, dude. I was impressed. I was sitting there watching that. First 3 innings, I was like, I watched a little bit here and there. 4th inning, I kind of tuned in a little more. 5th inning, I was like, 6th inning, I was like this. The 7th inning, and then the 8th inning, I was like, all hell broke loose when they talked about it. And I was like, yeah, he's got to come right back, and he did. Boom, boom, boom. I was like, ugh. It was so exciting, dude. I was pumped.
I tell you what, MLB needs to, I don't know, like they need to look at what the college pitchers are doing, and they are being left in. I mean, these college pitchers are like this, they're throwbacks. They are throwing 115, 120 pitches per start. And if they got it going, leave them in. You do not.
Oh, yeah, that's a rule, dude. You do not. I'll tell you right now, if I was out there and I got a no-hitter through 6 and they're like, okay, all right, how you feel? Don't ask me that fucking question again. Don't ask. Look at the scoreboard. Don't ask.
Yes, Aaron, got a question for you. No.
I would be happy because that was my preseason pick was Arkansas. But no.
Woo Pig Suey. I just remember.
Ain't no Woo Pig Suey in this house. That's the only time you'll hear me say it.
I remember the Woo Pig Suey with what was that? Bobby Petrino. And he used to coach at the Falcons, and they were asking him, I ain't leaving. I don't even know what they're talking about. The next night, he's singing Woo Pig Suey in the Arkansas press conference. I said, man, these coaches are garbage, man.
They are, man.
Jeez.
Yeah, Charles hates Arkansas more than anybody, but hey, I'm good. I'm good with Arkansas. I don't have a problem with them, but they ain't none of that. going on.
Here's the thing, man. Like, I don't mind Arkansas, Patrick. They hate us. Like,
oh, dude, I have to say it. So I was watching the Arkansas. I think it was the Arkansas LSU game. It was right at the start of it, and they were talking about the game and getting ready for it. And there was two fans in the background going like this.
Horns down. Horns down, y'all doing?
I was like, they're not even in it anymore.
I know, ain't nobody.
Did you see it?
Texas.
Did you see it?
I didn't see it, but I just
dude, it was hilarious.
it.
I mean, obviously, everybody's pissed off because, like, Arkansas can't stand Texas, right? So I'm assuming he's an Arkansas fan. But yeah, he was like this right here. They were talking. He goes, like, what is the point?
We do that. Hey, between I said Arkansas and Oklahoma, it don't matter. The
Maryland, Arkansas, Oklahoma, Maryland, Michigan, Ohio State, Nebraska,
it don't
Texas
matter.
Tech, Kansas State. Dude, I'm already at 10. I mean, like, come on.
It don't matter the game. It don't matter the sport. If they see themselves on the camera, that horns down is going up, man.
I mean, there's a couple of teams, man, that are just like, they cannot stand you.
I'm telling you, dude, Oklahoma, I remember I told you, Oklahoma, they had a football game when they upset Alabama. And what were they doing when they stormed the field? Horns down and just all the way through. I said, y'all didn't even beat us.
What was the other team? Real Madrid.
Real Madrid. I'm like, we ain't even playing soccer.
Yeah, I know, right? That's like way over there, and they're still.
It's so wild. Oh my goodness. Well, we'll keep an eye on the College World Series. Arkansas is playing right now.
2-0.
LA. And then they'll get back into, well, I mean, I guess now, because let me see. Coastal Carolina's already clear, so is LSU for the semifinal. And did Oregon State or Louisville win today?
Louisville won with a walk-off single 7-6.
Oh wow. Okay. So
yeah, man, like they made a run back. I mean, it was like when I turned it on, it was like 6-2. And I walked away, got some food, come back, it was 6-6, going into the bottom of the ninth, and Arkansas walked it off.
So Oregon State is gone. The loser of this game between Arkansas and UCLA will go home tonight, and then you will have those two games.
Arkansas versus LSU again.
Yeah, and then
two more games,
and then Coastal Carolina plays Louisville.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll continue to monitor that. Man, Patrick, when we come back next week, we're going to be crowning a lot of champions. So with that in mind, let's talk about the NBA Finals. And we just saw the OKC Thunder take a 3-2 series lead, winning 120-109. And Jalen Williams came up big, 40 points.
40.
And
dropping bodies, man.
Yeah, I mean, with him and SGA, he had 31 himself. They were able to withstand another Indiana run. Indiana, you know how they've been doing, Patrick. They just hang in. They just continue to do their thing, run their stuff. And no, Mike Gundy is not around, Aaron. I'm a man. I'm 40. You know, come after me. And whoever wrote that article is garbage. There you go. There you go, Aaron. So Aaron knows. So he dropped 40. SGA had 31, and they were able to hold off an Indiana run. Indiana, that they just keep playing. they run their stuff, they continue to grind, they continue to do their thing, and before you know it, they're right there. And they cut the lead to 2. OKC had a 10, 15-point lead. It almost looked like a carbon copy of game 1. But they were able to OKC, because Jalen Williams hit a big 3 off an offensive rebound to push the lead back to 5, and then there was a turnover where Cason Wallace was able to take it back and dunk, and that was able to give OKC a little bit more to pull to extend the lead out. And so now they're at Aaron, so I don't understand. Aaron says, I don't understand how basketball doesn't have any lead that is safe anymore. The evolution of the 3-point shot has made it a little bit easier for teams to come back. You would think the other teams who do have these big leads know that, but it's always just it's an ebb and flow. Number one, nobody really plays defense anymore. So there's a
biggest one right there.
Yeah.
That Olay defense.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll get it back on offense.
Yeah.
And so
Tree pick.
Yeah. And so a lot, because of the lack of defense, and this isn't the case with all the teams. I mean, I think OKC is a good defensive team. And when I say good, I mean just in today's range. You're not going to see the days where teams are holding you below 100 points per game. That's not really happening anymore. But in terms of how spacing is encouraged, the rules dictate there's more free movement on offense, and the whole thing toward offense is in every sport now. There's always rules that are dictated for offense to put up points.
And on top of that, the evolution of the travel,
the Euro steps.
Yeah, you just have to have a passport nowadays. That's it.
Yeah.
Just get a passport and you can walk all day long. I mean, some of them guys use public transportation. They walk it out, man. They walk it out.
And so, because of those rule changes and the evolution of the 3-point shot and the Olay defense that Patrick has mentioned, the leads aren't really that safe anymore. And if you are within
35, 40 points, it's anybody's game.
Yeah, and even if you're 45 seconds, maybe 30, 45 seconds left in the game, and you're within 7, 8, even 10 points. Yeah, you hit a 3, you get a couple of turnovers, free throws get missed, and it happens quick. I mean, Indiana has pulled off a few of these this year in the playoffs alone. So,
defensive player of the year now normally goes to either the north or south side of the rim. That's it. I mean, rim won't let you score. That's defensive player of the year right there.
So, as it is with Indiana, they came back and they had a chance, but give OKC credit for pushing the lead back out, and now they have the 3-2 lead. And for the Pacers, the concern is now around Tyrese Halliburton, because he had a calf strain. Now, looking at that play live, didn't look good. Now, he was able to walk off and he was able to continue to play, but that looked like one of those be careful with an Achilles type of stuff. And they're going to do an MRI as we are on live right now. We haven't heard anything about that MRI or the results of the MRI. But yeah, it didn't look good. For him to be able to come back and then try to play, yes, maybe trying to figure out to see what he can do. He didn't look the same.
He couldn't do much. He wasn't moving well.
Exactly.
You know that calf strain hurts, and if it's tight, Not me. I mean, you don't have enough timeouts to rub it out. You know what I mean? So
Right.
it's one of those things where if that is all it is, he's going to be lucky, but it's going to be tender for the rest of the series.
Yeah, and Aaron was talking about it may not be a calf strain, which may be something closer to the ankle, and that's what I tend to think it is. Like for me, like that looked like something to where the planting and then moving from side to side, that's going to be difficult. And for a guy like Tyrese, who is the head of the snake for Indiana's offense, he's constantly moving. He's constantly getting the ball moving, constantly just in motion. And so he normally does a good job of finding the open guy, or maybe he can create his shot off the dribble. But he just wasn't the same aggressive guy. He really didn't look like he was on the attack. And look, give OKC's defense credit because they were on him. Like they were on him from the start.
Oh yeah.
Then
I mean, dude, he didn't score in the first half.
I mean, he didn't have no points. He finished with 4 points, but they were all free throws.
Mm-hmm.
And so
if they got him figured out,
Indiana might be in trouble.
Indiana might be going home in 6.
Yep. And so we could be seeing a handshake championship award-winning game come Thursday night, since Thursday night will be Game 6 in Indianapolis. So, I think this is because a lot of people felt Indiana getting this far, making this into a longer series is a shock. I personally do not know what they were looking at to have that conclusion. If you have been watching Indiana play, you know they're not going to go anywhere. Indiana, and they have a good team.
Yeah, they have a really good team.
Yeah, deep team, championship coach. I mean, they have a good team, and they're not going anywhere. I mean, Indiana is pretty young themselves, so they're gonna be a factor for a few years to come as well. And we know OKC with the youth they have, they're gonna be a factor as well. If they win this championship, you assume they're only going to get better from here. I think Chet Holmgren, when he gets some weight on him, he's going to get better. I mean, Jalen Williams looks like he's just scratching the surface, but he's over here dropping 40 in the NBA Finals. We know what SGA can do, and they have a deep bench too. And the coach is a younger coach, Mark Daigneault. So, I mean, these are two teams that I think are going to be in the championship race for a while.
Few years.
Yeah, for a good little while.
And yes, Aaron, yes, we're pretty sure about that.
We're pretty sure about that, yes. Now, Aaron, you know that. You know.
They don't want to hear it, but
yeah, that's right. I forget Aaron's Wisconsin through and through. So, well, except for he's a Cardinals fan in football, but yes, I know. Yes, Aaron, I remember that you can't stand anything that Indiana does, and so he said McConnell screams Cavalier. He thinks he's gonna go join Cleveland. I think McConnell. We'll see. I mean, but I think McConnell's happy in Indiana now, unless he gets into one of those situations where he's saying, "Man, I'm doing this off the bench," because he was instrumental to Indiana's comeback yesterday as well. I mean, TJ McConnell came off the bench and was balling, and so we'll see. I mean, you want to go to Cleveland and play with Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland? He might be coming off the bench there too.
No, he might start. You never know.
Yeah, maybe. But I mean, yeah,
NIL is right. He will.
Is so he's going to go back to college?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh goodness.
Keep your money where you get it. No matter.
And then you mentioned in the NHL right now the Florida Panthers has that score changed? Is it still 1-0?
2-0.
Oh gosh, it's 2-0. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Well, and I want to say it's fixing to head into the
it's an intermission.
into the first intermission.
Yeah, so Florida has a 3-2 lead in this Stanley Cup final. And like you said, as we are talking to you right now, they are up 2-0. Edmonton, I think, is in a little bit of trouble, and not just because of the simple they're down 3-2. They've been back and forth on goaltending. And when you switch goaltenders, I mean, you took out Stuart Skinner in game 4. You took him out and said, all right, he's not looking good. We'll go ahead and put in, is it Picard? The other one, the other goaltender they have.
I have a problem with my computer. I don't know my other one.
Oh no!
So I can't do my checks.
You can't do the check. Come on, man.
Messing up.
Into this, man. Oh shoot. Hopefully I ain't messing up either. I was trying to think of the name of the other goalie. Let me see if I can look it up real quick.
I'm pulling it up now.
Oh, you got it? Okay. I want to say it was Picard.
Well, you have to bear with me.
Ooh. No, I'm playing.
Who's
yeah, it was Picard. And yeah, so they were going back and forth between Skinner and Picard. You got you pull Skinner in game 4. It did give Edmonton a jump a little bit as they came back from that 3-goal deficit and won game 4 in overtime. But then game 5 happened 2 days later in Edmonton. And frankly, Patrick, Florida just looked like the fresher team too. They looked fresher, they looked faster, and they just looked like a team that had all the details squared away. And now they're back here. They got a 2-0 lead. We'll see if they hold it. But they let Picard play, and now they're going back to Stuart Skinner for game 6. And I just think to me, that's screaming you've lost. Now it seems like you're searching now.
Yeah, you're doing too much, and neither one of the goalies can get any.
They can't get any traction.
They can't get any traction. So yeah, I think Edmonton's done. So it'll probably be what is it? It'll be done tonight.
It'll be the Stanley Cup hoisted for Florida for the second year in a row tonight.
And I didn't expect Edmonton to play like this. That's what was throwing me off. It's been throwing me off this last series, dude. Like game 3 was like I was like I don't even know what they're doing.
Patrick, Florida's good. Like I said, I mean, you know me. I've been on the Florida train. Florida's they're just this team. They don't have a weakness. They can play any style. And you're Aaron Burns a special plan may inspire.
Well, here's the thing. Edmonton has been down 3 goals in 2 games, and they came back. So it's possible. Look, I picked Edmonton in 7. So I'm rooting for Edmonton. But that game 3, there was a lot that was going on in that game 3 that Edmonton just did not look like who they are. And then it was another quarter after that in game 4 that they had to deal with that crap. And then they started getting things together in the second period. And then the third period, they were Edmonton again, right? And so they tied the series up at 2. And then come game 5, they looked good for the first 2 periods and then just totally crapped themselves in the third. And I'm like, that doesn't even make sense. Like some of the things that they're doing, it just doesn't make sense. Especially pulling the goalie all the time.
I just think Florida, man. I mean, they don't.
They're not wavering from what got them there.
Yeah, and there's nothing.
And their hockey.
there's nothing they can't do. So like whatever style you're even if you're trying to force them to play a style, Florida's comfortable in that. It's just if you want to turn it into a free flowing skating game, which Edmonton you would assume would thrive more into that, just because they got Connor McDavid alone. Not talking about Draisaitl, or not to mention Draisaitl or Nugent Hopkins and Bouchard and some of the other guys they have. Florida can do that. They can play that style too. You want to turn it into a 4-5 goal game? Florida can do that. 2-1, Florida can do that too. You want to try to hit Florida? Florida's like, cool, we'll hit you harder. And so there's just not a weakness with this team. And Paul Maurice, as the coach, he's just he's one of those guys that just have a belief of the longer the series goes, their team, whoever they're playing, they're going to wear down before they do. He just has that belief. No matter what the style is, the thing that stays consistent is the way we play, the intensity we bring from game in to game out. The other teams are not going to be able to do that for the duration of a 6 or 7 game series. And if Borowski, the goalie, if he has a bad game, he ain't pulling him. You know what Borowski can do. I mean, he's a Stanley Cup winning goalie himself. He ain't pulling him.
He ain't pulling him. Even when they gave up four goals, they didn't pull him. They rolled with him, and it was like understanding, like, look, you're not going to win every game. I mean, this is hockey, right? You're not going to win every game. I mean, it's very rare. And I'm not saying that it doesn't happen. I'm saying it's more rare that you sweep in hockey than any other sport. Like it's far more possible in other sports to sweep than it is in hockey. And hockey is like you know, me and you say it all the time. You get a hot goalie and you can ride with that. Just because he has a bad game doesn't mean he's going to come back and be hot in the next game. You know, so they didn't pull him, and that's what is the difference between Florida and Edmonton right now. Edmonton is just making they're making moves that, to me, I don't feel was necessary throughout the series. They didn't do that. They didn't do that in the previous series. None of them. You know, and now all of a sudden you get to Florida, and because this was the same matchup it was last year, and Florida beat them. Now I think they're panic mode. And they're wanting to win, and they want to beat this team so bad, but if they go into these directions, they're starting to panic. And at that point, when I look at it, I'm like, if you're going to panic like this is like how the Dodgers do. You know, when they get into the World Series, they're like, oh, we can't run that pitcher again because everybody's seen him twice, so we got to pull him. You know, well, he's only got 1 hit, and we're up 3-1. Why would you pull him? Well, everybody's seen him. We gotta protect. And then they put middle relief, or they put a closer out there, and the next thing you know, it's 4-3, and Dodgers are now down 2-0. You know what I mean? It's just weird. I didn't expect Edmonton to be coached like this, and kind of disappointed with the way they did it, because it really does feel like panic mode.
Yeah, game 3, they lost their poise. Like totally lost their poise and wanted to turn it into fight night in the arena. And then,
hoping a hockey game breaks out in the fight. In between the fight. On the hockey. Yeah.
And so, I mean, it doesn't look good. We'll see if they do come back and somehow force a game 7, which would be in Edmonton on Friday night. But as we're talking to you right now, not looking good for the Oilers. Before we head out, Patrick, so we mentioned last week, and we're going to come to this topic because we mentioned it a little bit last week during the show, but we mentioned last week that the House versus NCAA settlement has passed and everything is settled there. So basically that means the schools can talk to the athletes directly and basically give them contracts. Well, we had mentioned a little bit about the transfer portal, and in regards to that, there is a meeting that is going on now, or maybe starting tomorrow. But basically, a whole bunch of your commissioners and athletic directors and people who represent these conferences and the schools within the conferences, like the SEC and the Big Ten and the Big 12 and all them. They're getting together in North Carolina, in Asheville, and they have 2 weeks to settle out a lot of stuff. Because that House versus NCAA thing that kicks in July 1st. So one of the things that are on the docket that is on the things to discuss and perhaps come up with a solution is the transfer portal. And do you want to go to just one cycle at the transfer portal? Now, you and I, we always joke that the transfer portal seems like it happens year round, and it'd be during the season. Oh man, I want to transfer. I've had it. I'm not getting my.
The portal stays open.
Yeah, right. Like it seems like the portal never closes. Like they'll enter the portal after the game. Oh, he didn't throw the ball to me. Some receiver.
Yeah, it's game 2 of the season and be like, Coach, I didn't go in. You got a broken leg.
Transfer portal.
I'm out.
Yeah, I'm out.
I'm out. I'll go sit somewhere else.
I'll go sit somewhere else. And so,
break.
And so they are, I guess, trying to decide if they want to do just one cycle. So that cycle could be in January or it could be in April. Now, there's a good amount of the SEC coaches who have said they think it would be dumb to do that cycle. If they are going to go to one cycle, they think it would be dumb to do it in April. If you you go into your off-season programs and then you do your spring ball and then all of a sudden, all right, I'm out. And so if they were going to do one cycle, do that in January after the season is done. And when I say after the season, I mean after full season, not, well, we're going to go ahead and just enter the portal once it flips to July 1st. And then we're just going to just forget about the bowl game, knowing that you had said, hey, man, my brothers, I want to play for my brothers. I want to play this last game for my brothers. Hey, it's January 1st, transfer portal.
Hey, bro.
Yeah.
They offer more money over here, so yeah. I'm out.
But, hey, man, your brothers. What brothers?
Hey, so, we're money brothers, baby.
Yeah.
Money brothers. I'll support you from over here.
Yeah.
Where you going to school at? Over here. I'll support you from the ACC. Good luck in the SEC. Go. Yeah.
And so I'll ask Patrick. So, would you be down for the one-time portal, or the way the portal seems to be anyway, just always open?
I mean, it's how do you deal with the sports that are going on during that time? I mean, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't think there's any right answer except for this. Screw the portal. Let it be what it's going to be for every sport, and sign 1-year contract. And just be, as soon as your season is over, no matter where that's at, whether you're in basketball, baseball, football, hockey, soccer, whatever, when your sport is over, you are now free agent. And just do contracts. Just do your 1-year contracts. Because that's what it really basically boils down to anyway. And if you want to stay there, sign another year contract. And just leave it at that. I don't think we need portals. Honestly, I don't think we need portals. I think everybody should sign a 1, maybe a 2-year contract, and be held to your 1 or 2-year contract.
Yeah, and then how many times is a person going to go into the transfer portal? Like literally, you have some of these players who have been.
Like what was the quarterback's name for Miami? What was his name?
Oh gosh.
Last year. What was his name? I cannot think of his name.
Last year, it was Cam Ward.
Cam Ward. At that point, dude, last year he's just helmet collecting. He's collecting helmets at this point.
If you get to 3 or more schools, I feel like there is there's helmet stickers that you're definitely collecting here.
Yeah.
It'd be one thing, because what you used to have is you would have your junior college people, and I guess that still happens. But you would be in junior college for 2-3 years, and then you get an opportunity to go to one of your bigger schools and your bigger conferences because you had graduated. You did your 3 years, you graduated early, you could transfer to another spot and you could play football for that year, and then you go wherever, whether that's into the NFL or to some other profession.
Or, sign a contract and play for college for 3 more years.
Yeah.
At this point, it was like, what does it matter? Play your entire career in college. It don't matter.
But now you have players, I mean, they're going to 5-6 schools, and it just seems like they're just collecting, and then all of a sudden they decide they want to go to the pros, and this player is 26. It's like, dude, what you been doing for 9 years? You played 9 years of college ball, 8 years of college ball.
You're like 31 coming into the NFL, and they're like, you're really old to be a wide receiver. No, man, that's just experience.
It's wild, and I mean, I just think at this point also, it is. I think it's too far out of the bag now, and they don't really know, because we know the NCAA, they're obsolete. I mean, whatever with the NCAA, and I really don't think the conferences they don't have a good answer to it either, and because it's to the point now where the schools can directly talk to these players. There's really not too much they can do at this point to, if you even want to call it getting a handle on it. I don't think there's too much they can do.
Talking about the NCAA?
No, anybody.
Oh, anybody? Well, I mean, look, with NIL, letting the colleges handle their own negotiations, right there eliminates 99.8% of every problem that the NCAA had in the past 15 years. Right there. So if we really, like you said, at this point the NCAA is obsolete. You're letting the schools handle it their own, which I totally agree with. I don't think you really need the NCAA to do any of this anymore. But to really get a handle on the portal, I wouldn't even do a portal. Like I said, just put them in one year contracts, and then after the season is over, literally the season is over, and that's including bowl games, then those players become eligible to be talked to. The only way that somebody can talk to them is for the team that they're playing for at the moment. They can talk to them and woo them to stay. If they decide not to stay, then after the national championship game, the moment that national championship game is double zeros, they are now eligible to talk to every other college in the United States, and then just do 1 year contract. That's the way I see it. That's the way it should be.
Well, I mean, because it's semi-pro sports in college, so it might as well you just take all of the band-aids off and turn it into semi-pro amateur sports, because that's what we have now. Because especially if the schools are able to talk to the players directly, they basically curate contracts, curate times that they're going to be there, along with whatever scholarship they have.
And get their grades paid for.
Yeah.
Done. Hey, what are you going to do? Hey, I'm going to pay you $100 million and you got straight A's. Sign me up.
Yeah.
Hey, hell, even the ones that go, turn me up. There you go. They're done. That is a wrap right there.
It just
I I just say put them in 1-2 year contracts and just let it be done.
They come to school to play sports.
Yeah.
Uh,
Drink and play sports, and if you're in Georgia, drink, drive, and play sports.
let's hope they don't do too much more driving.
Well, look, I don't count us out on anything. Like, dude, we're in it to win it. So if drinking and driving was a sport, Georgia would win every year. That's national championship written all over it.
It's just such a good thing they don't give rewards for that. So,
Well, you never know. It might be an Olympic sport one day.
on that note, what is coming up for Bro Epic in Olympic sport? What is coming up for Bro Epic?
Well, we are taking a break because of all of my transitioning that I have right now. I gotta get that handled before I can do any more other things, because I gotta get that handled. So I think we're going to start picking everything back up in July, and that will be me and Brantley doing our own little thing, and then picking up a couple of shows here and there. I did reach out to this place called D1 Fitness. I think it's like a Tim Tebow thing that he started, but they have one down here on the Panhandle now, and we're going to do a Bro Epic Olympics, and we're going to call it Bro Olympics. That's right. So we're going to get the Bro Epic boys and take them over there and challenge D1 into some strength training stuff.
Yeah. Nice.
So I'm actually putting that show together. We're gonna try. We have talked about it, and we look like maybe August or September might be the day that the month that we get to do it, because they got a few more things that they're having to do and get put in. So they're not really 100% built yet. So when they get 100% built, which I think is in late August, we're going to try to start putting it in. But I'm going to go ahead and start writing the show now.
Shoot, that's what's up. And for us, all right. So look for the interviews to start second week of August on this show. A quick little housekeeping. Probably will not have shows in the first couple of weeks of July because I'll be out. I'll be on a train trip. So we'll take July to continue to reset things, and by the time I get back for the middle of July, we'll bring the normal webcast back. Still probably do some shorties in there as well. And then we'll start the interviews going. I have shorts and reels going for it as well. Logos coming, a lot of stuff coming. So much coming. Gosh. But it's all good.
Sometimes it's too much to keep up with.
I know. It's so great though. I feel like we're just leaning into all of it. So it's awesome. It's awesome time for both Bro Epic and both of sports. And we're taking the summer to just retool, get some things together. We're also on, like Patrick said, he's on a transition period too. So there's a lot going on, but it's all good. It's all positive. And that's the most important thing. Everything is going well. And by the fall, you're going to start to see these products really at their best. Not that it's not already at its best, but more stuff is coming.
Like Charles always says, we're your favorite show's favorite show.
Yeah, absolutely. And so with that, everybody take care. That will conclude this edition of the Both of Sports webcast. And that is what we are breathing on for this evening. Y'all make sure y'all visit the Both of Sports YouTube channel, smash that subscribe button, and follow the Both of Sports Facebook page. So everybody take care. Have a great rest of the week. And when we're back next week, looks like we'll have a few champions to crown. So,
Yeah.
so everybody, enjoy the rest of the week. Be safe out there, and we will be back at the same time next week. Take it easy.